we see you, and hopefully you see us. Most of all, the players in this server. Welcome back to the Clearly Free Advantage. My name's Cup of Frag. I am joining one, the only Lazinator on the desk here. Please give us a follow. Make sure you're doing socials. If you haven't already, we are casting this event, and we are loving what we're seeing so far. If you missed map number 1, this best of 3 has already kicked off. It was an OT saga yet again for this grand final. Coming out of the semi-final, Pro MALDERS somehow, some way, able to get himself back into that game. Laz, let's briefly talk about that. What a performance and what a comeback from a team that seemed outgunned, outstrated, outplayed, out everything, and they got it done.
Yeah, it's, to be honest, I'm still a little bit speechless too, because honestly, I mean, Pro MALDERS have just been having the most long and difficult road to get here. I mean, so a huge hats off to them. But like we said, it was a 16-14 victory in a bunch of overtimes that went in their favor, but they were able to really just get themselves in the scrappy moments with Lemonade Stand. It was just an absolute brawl. I mean, it just felt like nobody was giving up at all, and this was just almost a repeat and a replica that we saw in that semifinal game.
It was the Royal Rumble of Ascent matches, and we've seen a lot of Ascent, and that is, I think, top 3 or 4 games I've seen of sort of competitive, scrappy play, back and forth, punch for punch, 3-3, 2-2, absolutely bananas. But enough of that. We're moving forward to map number 2 in just a second, and before we do, got to give a lovely thanks to Clearly Frames for this Clearly Frame Advantage. The Clearly Gamer glasses are prescription legible, headset compatible, and have a blue light filtering lenses as well. 11 different styles. Please go check it out. clearly.ca/glasses/gaming. Talking of gaming, talking of being focused and honed in with your glasses, we're into bind map numero 2. I'm just checking that's number 2, and my mental state is it's flowing. That's as far as it goes for French, pal. No French, talking only English. What's going on in the server here?
Yeah, so the next map is going to be bind, obviously. So I mean, this is the pick that comes in here now from Lemonade. I just had to double check that. Yes, this is Lemonade's map pick. So
fact check.
Yeah, and I mean we haven't really seen a lot of professional MALDERS playing on this so far in the tournament, to my understanding. But you know what? They do have a pretty considerable win rate. But when we look at the difference, it's quite a bit of a difference. I mean, they typically as a group they win this about 52% of the time, whereas Lemonade Stand, they got about a 67% win rate on binds. So I mean, really, this might be a bit of a playground and territory for that Lemonade Stand.
So there we go. Bind's another one of those maps too where you see scrappy Valorant. Scrappy Valorant happens here too. It's such a map full of close combat engagements and forces to those choke points, and that's what you love to see when it comes to a grand final. Money on the line, some ego on the line as well. These players, I know that they're scrimming and they've rubbed shoulders before, but it comes down to the crunch now. This isn't a scrim. This is live on not 3, live in 5, Laz. Have you got any predictions? What do you think? We're going to map number 3? Do you think the caster's curse, we can bless it here, or do you think MALDERS, they're going to take it in 2?
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. Like, I mean, I honestly keep giving my edge to professional MALDERS, and they do make it through. But I mean, this is a map where Lemonade Stand are no strangers to playing this in comparison. I mean, I feel like the MALDERS have played this, I think, more than Lemonade Stand as like a group. But Lemonade Stand have been able to show that they've just been a little bit more triumphant in this map.
Dang, just yelling about it. I've got the spike. Don't tell everyone. Keep it under wraps for now.
Recovering it.
Next round's definitely my favourite, and it sets the tone. Completely sets the tone for the rest of that. Talking of that, Root, he's setting the tone. He's getting himself rooted just like showers. The pick summer coming out from Tech, and it's a 4 versus 4 right away.
Yeah, I mean, even Spike's they're gonna go right through the TP. Yeah, they're gonna completely catch Pro MALDERS off guard. So now the hot hands is actually gonna land perfect timing. So now this just allows them to be able to get themselves that spike down. And look at that, he ran through it. He completely didn't care. Hot lava? I don't care. I'm gonna go through it.
I think conditions are heat. Not miss the beat is gonna be Playboy Joe. Sim. Not dim at all when the wallbang attempt coming through. Mocking has it covered though. And this 4 versus 1. Look at that, even down Rourke. Good game in map number 1. Try to do what you can in map number 2. Not good enough to take out the MALDERS.
Yeah, really great retake that we saw from Pro Moulders. I mean, they really looked cool, calm, and collected. I mean, Lemonade Stand had a pretty good fake. They were able to get through that TP pretty easily. They did get the spike down, so that's a little bit of a glimpse of hope there we see, but we're going to have to see. I mean, Pro Moulders, they took that pretty convincingly, and honestly, they've been pretty excellent on these pistol rounds. I really feel like they somehow pull through when they need to. We'll have to see if they can keep that momentum alive. I mean, they do take, like I said, map number 1, which was their pick. It was very scrappy, and it came right down to the edge, but they did pull out with a 16-14 victory. And now they have themselves with a big investment, so, I mean, they're going to need to make sure that they don't fall too quickly to Lemonade Stand. And Lemonade Stand, they're all pretty big demons, especially with the Sheriff.
I was going to say, to be top tier Valorant or to climb in Valorant, you've got to be good with the Sheriff. There's no ifs, buts, or ways about it. You need to hit those one taps and be disciplined when you do. Gets the call out from the Birds. Birds the word. 2 players in showers, and Brock has the eyes, has the ears.
Yeah, Brock's doing a great job just, again, kind of diverting these players. So there was 2 people who were committed before. Now Tech's going to fall back. A little bit of a nice one-way that comes in. That's the Nebula, the smoke that is from the Astra. Not able to find anything. A little bit of damage here and there against Lemonade Stand. But right now, Lemonade Stand are really just trying to get a good feel. They're trying to burn as much of the utility as much as possible here from Pro Moulders, so it makes it a little bit easier for them to get into these sites. But now, they're going to put a full investment into this. So they have a 4-1 split, Kappa. So this is going to have the raise inside of Hookah with 4 coming through Garden.
Garden push can be brilliant. We've got one out so quickly though, and flooded out straight to the spray of an Ares.
Flawless.
Not what they wanted, not what they needed, and the rotation not gonna get them to the station they want. Stopping rather abruptly, and Pro Moulders getting it done.
Whew. I mean, Pro Moulders, they respond to that threat. I mean, it wasn't much of a threat, but like I said, Sheriff in the hands of any of these players from Lemonade Stand can definitely do anything, but they respond back. They take it a flawless. They don't lose a single person. So now they have that bonus, which is going to be able to work out well for them. So now they can be a little bit, you know, a little bit more random and unorthodox in this kind of a round. They can try something a little bit different, maybe catch Lemonade Stand off guard. Whereas right now, Lemonade Stand have put a lot on the round, and Sim already starting things off. He's able to take down Root. Look at that. He already gets so aggressive that he's able to win that opening exchange. No heals available. So really, he's already down to the critical HP.
That's not where you want to be with that kind of critical HP. The drone going out here from Mock-In. Really seeing too much of the glitz.
Yeah, and even the regrowth is going to be used as well, so this is going to bring everybody back. Astra's going to be laying down the stars. Getting ready. Pro Moulders don't. They have 2 players, so it's a bit of a 2-2, so not like a full stack. And Playboy Joe actually going to get spotted here with a recon bolt. Great Cyber Cage that comes in, but Brock able to find him right through it. And now Playboy Joe, he goes to spike down. He's spraying away, but he's only able to find 1 frag. And now it's just down to Cavern. What's he got brewing for us? But it's just going to be Sim that's able to get himself a 3-piece. And that's a 3-zip as well. Lemonade Stand have not been able to figure out their way into these sites.
Breaking news, newsflash. This is Lemonade Stand's pick. This is theirs. They've said this is what we want. This is what we need to get ourselves back into this best of 3. And right now, it is looking like a very, very tragic story. Sad ending. The princess not getting the kiss of life, the breath of fresh air that's needed. Back onto a save will be Lemonade Stand, and those lemons feeling tasting a bit bitter right now.
And this is kind of a theme that we notice from Pro Moulders, right? Like, they always seem to get really a big lead, and then that's where they kind of slow down. It's kind of like they just kind of lose that wind a bit. But we'll have to see now, and that's actually Playboy Jones. Look at that angle. Like you said, that's great. But oh my goodness, it's an absolute bear trap, and Lemonade Stand, you got no reply at all, and this could be another flawless round. Just kidding, but look at Brock, the trigger discipline. Might be able to get 2. Yes, he will. Great little bit of reply. That's a good start. That's going to be able to deplete some economy, Cuppa.
My eyebrows almost jumped off my head there. Eyebrows raised. Eyebrowsing. Eyes are browsing the screen and trying to figure out what Brock can do. He's got the Vandal. Not too much util to speak of, though, lads. Guiding Light. You've got the Seekers, but would you use the Seekers? Nah, not worth it, and that's it. Good effort, though, and Trick Discipline gets him the double. Nice double tap with the Sheriff.
I love the setup that we're seeing from Pro MALDERS. I mean, hopefully we can get that little bit of a replay with Playboy Joe. It is the one frag, but I mean, again, the cyber cage that's being utilized, so he has a bit of a gap, and he's playing just on the side of it. That is just such a BM. I mean, that is ruffling all the feathers here for Lemonade Stand. I mean, that is going to be so frustrating. It's almost like a one-way that's built for you. Something you don't typically see all the time.
No, you don't. You really don't. Pro MALDERS know the out of their element as well. Sure, they've got experience on buying everything of the above. Against a TSM. You're playing against players with a lot more experience than you. So much to prove here, and they're proving so far why they should be here. Tech gets his frag, Mocking chimes in for another two.
Empress is going to be used now from Pro MALDERS. The spike is finally going to make its way into this site. And Bang actually does take down Sim. So now they got themselves back to an even playing field. Tech going to be able to come through the big flank of Hookah. Bang looks like he was waiting for it, but he gets caught. He actually takes quite a significant amount of damage, and Mocking just a little peek. He spots too, so now he's going to hightail out of this situation. Tech's still inside of Hookah, and now it's all just down to him. It's a 1-on-3 situation. He's waiting things out. He gets caught off guard. Guiding Light going to be used. Doesn't make the connection, but no. Bang going to go for the swing. Gets one for Tech. But he has the fake defuse, but he's going to have to move. Time is completely ticking. That's going to be a showstopper, too. No way does he land this. And he's going to be able to have the defuse as well. It's going to be close, but my God, Pro MALDERS.
Come on, Tech. I was about to say, I just had that feeling, had that vibe with that Satchel out of Hookah. He had a play in mind, lads. He's like, listen, I'm playing by tube, I'm playing it slow, and you got to come to me if you want to go at this, Joe. And off they went, but it wasn't enough. Great play of his angles. Used to showstopper just to put the cherry on top of the Belgian bun. And that is going to be 5-0. They're taking Lemonade Stand to the cleaners.
Damn. I could not agree more with you, Cuppa. I mean, that is a great demonstration of big play from Tech. And I mean, that was his individual play in Lemonade Stand. They had that dead to rights. They had 3-player advantage. And look at that. The Recon Bolt going to get some information. He's actually going to try to go for the Huntress Fury. Mocking. He doesn't make any damage, but it's a good attempt that comes through. And now Pro MALDERS, you get caught here. Bang actually uses a showstopper, but now he tries to play with the boom bot. Wrong one with the wrong time, and now Spike gets planted. They've been able to get some good possession of this. No ultimates available from either squad.
No ult, a bailout, no get out of jail free cards. No, this is a Monopoly. This is Valorant. So punishing. You miss a turn, well, you're knocked back to the next round. There's no if, buts, or whys. Spike being faked here for the defuse. Coming in for Tech. 4 versus 3 here. Only Sheriff to hold, but saying that, Justin over coming in with 2.
And then there's Sim. Sim just going to be able to find more bodies, bagging the tag, and like I said, the guy almost dropped 40 last game. He's going to see if he can try to rack up a few more. I mean, that was a bit of a mixed purchase that came in from Lemonade Stand, but you know what? It was one of the closest rounds that we saw, and I mean, again, another clutch scenario that comes through with Pro MALDERS. They have now put themselves at 6 rounds. So worst case scenario, this could be a tie, but really, Lemonade Stand, we need to see a round that comes through with them entirely. I mean, these are multiple players that haven't been able to push behind 3 frags.
Yeah, they've hardly been able to hold Mass 1 to get a spray down or a frag or 2. You've got literally 2 or 3 frags only. 3 players with 8 frags over on Pro MALDERS. Not a coincidence. They're just fragging out. They're just raw fragging out, and it's working. And if it's working, just keep doing what you're doing. Great nades coming in from Tech, and he's been doing this all damn half. He gets a peek off of the bot too.
Yeah, some really big trade frags that happen through, but the advantage comes through now for Lemonade Stand. They get into the site. Cosmic Divide going to be used. The Guiding Light used Brock with 1, but again, another trade. Sim able to find himself triple. He finally gets taken down. And it's down to the 1v1. Another clutch scenario. The recon bolt does get a little bit of information against Cavern, and it hits him again. So now Mocking knows exactly where he is. Shock Dart's going to be used. He's sticking the defuse to at least get it halfway. And now he goes for a little bit of a swing. My God, Kappa. It's Sova on Sova. But Cavern, you need to hit the trigger, and he finally gets themselves a first round.
You believed in Mocking, though. You believed. They're just oozing confidence right now. And you can see Cavern. He holds strong. He holds steady and takes some inspiration from the playstyle of Root. Just root himself in there. And those roots not going to be pulled up from the soil. 6-1. Lemonade Stand finally, which seems like an eternity in binds, are going to get themselves on the scoreboards.
Yeah, and now we have to see if Lemonade Stand can keep this going. Because like I said, worst case scenario for Pro MALDERS is that they put themselves at a 6-6. I mean, the way they're playing, we definitely wouldn't expect that. But maybe that's what Lemonade Stand need. They need that momentum. They need somebody to just get them around so the confidence can be built back up. And now it's going to see a lot of utility going to be burned here from Lemonade Stand. They are inside a washroom. Tech going to be able to spot at least one player close on by. Takes down the run it back. A little bit of back and forth. Tech able to find himself another frag.
Running around like Dennis the Menace, he really, really is. 3 versus 2, Lemonade Stand for, I want to say, the first or second time in this game. Have got themselves to the power play. It's a 2 versus 1.
There is time still. I mean, so right now, I mean, this could be an opportunity that we could see Playboy Joe, but he's going to have to move a little bit quicker. He might be able to catch this player off guard. Brock, he is on the other side of the box. Oh, man! Oh, the fake camera dart. That was so important. Look at this! How does that work? It's blowing my mind, Pro MALDERS!
I'm fidgeting in my chair, Laz. It's like I've got ants in my pants, and I think that's exactly how Lemonade Stand are feeling right now. What was that?
Oh, man, I hope we can get this on the replay, please, because, again, you have to notice that was so important. You can see Playboy Joe, he actually utilizes the camera. He just throws a bit of a dart, and that's where you can see Brock was just waiting for it. He thought he was on the catwalk, and then he gets so much possession, and then he just gets himself a one-on-one duel 2 times in a row and just makes it that crisp and easy. And now Lemonade Stand, I'm surprised we have not seen a timeout yet. Like, this is a big lead, and Pro MALDERS are just taking names.
Brother, it's their map. It's their map. Why is there no time? Completely, we need to see that. If you're down and out, you're down bad, you're down horrific on your own map pick, and it's a must win, get the timeout. Where's that timeout, coach? And as you're seeing, this is a bit of a gladiator by Laz. I was going to mention it last round, but didn't get a chance in all the heat of the action. Their econ is absolutely toilet. Careful. That's why they've got the sheriffs, they've got the 1 vandal, and that's in the hands of Bang. So, excuse me, not in Bang, in the hands of Sky on this one. Bang, Sky on the previous map, forgive me. Brock in this case.
They might try to use the guiding light right through this, so Tech, he might get caught at the right, or an unopportune moment. But look at this, they're all close on by. He's going to be able to throw the paint shells. He does have his showstopper available as well, and now he's going to activate it, but he gets completely hit by 2 roots. Those are deep roots, and now they've been able to get themselves at least into this site, but all the way around. Brock is going to be able to join his teammate. The Spike should be able to get this plant down, but the rotate's taking a long time. The Proj is going to be on top of the A tower. Seeker's going to be able to give that location away. Now they get the spike, but now they need to find bodies in Cavern. He's by himself. He's only got a sheriff, and that's going to be that. And Pro MALDERS pick themselves up an 8th.
What a team performance from Pro MALDERS. Let's take nothing away from here, lads. It's not a matter of Lemonade Stands making any horrific mistakes. It's just Pro MALDERS. They are so wanting and ready to take this dub. You can see it in the way they're playing here. For Lemonade Stands, I don't know if it's just a matter of the Pro MALDERS simply playing better, or if maybe they need to call that timeout and go back to the strat board. But they seem a bit... How can I put this? They seem like the strat's drying up. We need to see something fresh.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, Pro MALDERS are really just showing us an absolute thing of beauty on this defensive side. I mean, this team is a group. I mean, they played this map like over 20 times as a squad. I mean, they have about a 55% win rate on their defense. But right now, it's just showing off very well, and they're just not giving a lot of big room, and they're just pulling up big. They want this #1 spot.
do. They most certainly do. I think they might have found the hole in the armor for such a gung-ho, such an aggressive, passionate team like Lemonade Stand. It's Bind. Bind seems to be that splinter in their side. Still, Tech, I mean, it's not even about just being a weak map for perhaps for Lemonade Stand. It's Pro MALDERS, it's Tech, it's Sim coming through such infamous names in this tournament, and you're seeing exactly why in this grand final right now.
Well, and I mean, it's even a difference too. I mean, like, professional MALDERS have like around 400 over 20 rounds that they played on this map alone, whereas Lemonade Stand are only just under 100. So there's a lot of experience that Pro MALDERS are kind of showing us, especially on this defensive side. And when you're on attack, it is very difficult because it is a lot of tight corridors. It's not the easiest just, you know, gain possession of this map. But Pro MALDERS, I mean, even when Lemonade Stand have the advantage, they still pull up big with the clutches. It makes it that much harder.
Yeah, they definitely do. And it's going to continue to get harder. It's though Valorant wasn't hard enough. It's gone to extra hard mode. It's 9-1 on your map pick. Call the timeout. I don't know what else to say. Just call the timeout.
Yeah,
I call it for him.
I'm so surprised we haven't seen a timeout being utilized yet from Lemonade Stand. I mean, maybe they aren't tilted about it. Maybe they don't think it's useful. But I mean, it's not even about, you know, if you're tilted or anything. It could just be to slow things down and just being a little bit more. Yeah, just slow down that momentum that we're seeing. And now Pro MALDERS, look at this Sim. He's going to play very aggressive on the catwalk. So now, if he's going to be at the wrong time, he might get caught. But nope, he's going to be able to go for it. And now he's going to double peek this. He's going to keep on pressing. He doesn't care. He's not going to fall back. He wants to just see what he can find. And now he's getting more and more information. And this Sova might get caught in the crossfire. Cavern might not expect this.
Aggression. Look at this aggression. It's relentless. He's absolutely fearless. Is he going to check copy though? I don't think he will. And yeah, he's like, what? The person shells, I didn't know.
Much of theory going to be used, and that's the Pro MALDERS side. And now Tech got the boom bot out. Going to get destroyed, but he gets the one, but he gets caught in too many crossfires now. Player advantage here for Lemonade Stand. Playboy Joy going to be able to push himself through this. Oh man, Bang tries to get the showstopper right through that, but Playboy Joe able to get himself 3! And now they put themselves in the 10th round. Kappa, we're going into the last round of this first half. And this has just been a Pro MALDERS show.
I'm shaking my head. I really do feel for the Lemonade Stand boys. They've had such a good tournament. They've put on such a show. They've been strutting their stuff down that catwalk. The scorecards have come out from the judges, and they've been 10s all tournament long. But what matters is the grand final. You could have been flexing all weekend. It doesn't matter if you can't step up and in the final moments. And who can step up is Pro MALDERS. They have done everything they can. They came back from a stinker, an absolute stinker of a first game. And this team right now, they're another team. They've got new life injected into them.
And now look at this. Even Sim, he's going to play very aggressive. He gets fully blind, but he's almost able to still get that frag. But now Brock able to take him out. So the over-aggression for MALDERS does get punished a little bit. But it is back to still a 4-4 situation. And right now, Pro MALDERS, they have such a big lead that they are allowed to do this. They have a little bit of that gimme. They can just try something, like I said, unorthodox or just something unpredictable. And now they still have 2 ultimates available. Cosmic Divide is still in the pocket, as well as the Neural Theft. So we see the Cypher going to be able to get that and get the information gained. But this is a commit now. Lemonade Stand. They're going to just completely group up and garden. They're going to get all their gardening done, and they're going to have to see if they can blossom into something beautiful.
The last dance attack saloon. All those bandits, all those attackers from Lemonade Stand. They've got to get this done. This is mandatory. It's like you go for a job and it's mandatory to have this qualification. It's mandatory you have at least 2 wins on your first half of your second map.
Cage triggered.
And I believe Astra's now placing the stars, so this could be good opening to get these players to move. Playboy Joe now going to push on through. This is a battle Cypher. Root going to be caught in the corner, just on top of the box. Now the shock dart's going to be placed, and now Brock's actually going to run on through this. But oh, look at him. He's only able to get himself 1, but you know what? They'll get themselves a second round. That's a 10-2. Pro MALDERS put themselves on double digits. Map number 2, not even their pick, but Kappa. Can they still be successful on the pistol?
Big question. And it's actually a money question. Cash money for the grand final question. And the players know that. Pro MALDERS are going to have that just resting on their conscience. And that's something we should probably talk about. Is the pressure going to be too much for the Pro MALDERS? I think they've been around the block, man. I think they know what pressure looks like. And I think they're going to wrap this up real quick.
I mean, time will tell, right? I mean, this is now the moment where Pro MALDERS, they've been in this position before where they're kind of in the driver's seat. They have a big lead, but they cannot let it slip from them. And I mean, Lemonade Stand, it's a very long road. This is an 8-round deficit, but now they get to be on the defensive side. They can be on this side that they're quite dominant on, but they now need to show us why they're a dominant team on this side.
Why though? Why don't? Tell us. Show us. Frag's coming through tech, getting the entry route, does return fire. 6 shots with the coastal wall bang, takes out Phoenix.
Spike is going to get planted, so now they're going to be able to get the camera in place as well. Kapraj going to play in the corner of Cat Cubby. Playboy Joe now not going to be able to play inside of Lamps. And that's a bit of a peek. The right click works out, but no, they get the crossfires, and now it's dead to rights. It's just down to one player. The Cypher's solo, the fake defuse is coming through, but they peek it together, and they keep things going. MALDERS, they are trying to make a big statement in this best of 3.
Great efforts from Root, just doing everything possible to try and keep him at bay at Showers. It wasn't enough. It absolutely just was not enough to take out these MALDERS. They're mauled in, and the anger is obviously doing wonders for him at this point. They're going in for the full buy, and also it's giving Lemonade Stand with the full buy. 0 credits for 3 players, Laz. This is the last hurrah. This is the last push. They've accepted it. And I think maybe it doesn't take a timeout to figure out that, hey, this team, they're better than us today. And maybe we've just got to accept that.
And I'm wondering if this was a bit of a mispick that came in from Lemonade Stand as well. I mean, I don't think Pro MALDERS have had a lot of maps on this today or playing a lot in the tournament on Bind. But I know Lemonade Stand have. So it just makes me curious if they did their research or if they just felt that confident that they could just, out-duel everybody. Well, like you said, this is kind of the last hurrah.
It is the last hurrah, and I think exactly to that, lads. You've been playing so well all tournament long, you're not going to expect this out of another team. It must have been a shocker for them, and Just Nova, shocked to see a player behind him, able to pick up the frag. And keep it going will be the Pro MALDERS. Back to this 2-on-2. We've seen so many of these in the past 2 maps. So many.
Spike's going to get planted as well, so now the recon or the drones are going to be able to get that information, but Praj now with the triple. Can he get himself the quad? Cavern has made his presence known. Shock Dart lands. It doesn't do enough damage, but it will be Praj with the quad, putting themselves at match in series point. Pro MALDERS are 1 round away from taking this in a 2-0 fashion, something that we didn't think would happen. We thought it would go the absolute distance, but they're close, Kappa. They're close right at the finish line.
Big props to them. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised to see an underdog story come to fruition. Lemonade Stand, it has literally been the clearly free advantage featuring Lemonade Stand for what it's worth with the kind of battles that we've seen in this tournament. But Pro MALDERS in this grand final have stepped up to the max, to the absolute max. I've done a little peek at the econ just to see how Lemonade Stand are doing, but I think you can tell already it is not looking pretty, lads. Not looking pretty. Spectre is what I see for Mockin at max.
Yeah, and I mean, that was the thing too, is Pro MALDERS, like, I was kind of questioning if they were going to have enough dexterity and, enough gas in the tank that they could still pushing it through, especially with how that semi-final game went. But now they have just been able to make absolute artwork in this game. And they're putting themselves in a moment where they're going to be able to maybe even get themselves a victory. And now Tech is putting himself in almost a quadra, gets to shoot it, but not going to be able to score on the ultimate. He's still pushing on through. Oh my goodness, but the wall just blocks it off. Oh, that's so BM, but that's going to be that. It's going to be Pro MALDERS with a 2-0 sweep for the grand finals. They are your champions.
Cha-ching. Big money, cash money on your Sunday. Well earned for a weekend slog. Lemonade Stand going to be taking that second place in first place. It's going to go a well-deserved Pro Malders team. The underdog story successful, and they're going to cash in straight away from the TGS and the clearly frame advantage ATM.
Yeah, what a great amount of work. And I don't want to call it like a Cinderella story, but my God, I mean, they had to absolutely work for that. I mean, Devise pushed them to the absolute limit in a best of 3 in the semifinal. That honestly felt like a grand final. And then this game as well. I mean, I talked about Lemonade Stand. They were 2-0ing everybody that they played. I mean, there was just dominant performance after performance. But then they finally met their maker in Professional Molders. They are the champions of this tournament today.
Lemonade Stand were thugging. I even want to put it to the context of they're absolutely thugging on multiple teams. Some teams gave him a run in for a half, but that was it, right? It was the max a half. But then moseyed on down was Pro Malders, and that puggy NA style that they have kind of morphed into this hybrid of it's so unique. If you want to see a unique playstyle, check out Pro Malders. And if you saw it today, please make sure you put those notes into play. It has been an absolute pleasure, and we most certainly could not have done anything here today without clearly.ca and the clearly frame advantage. It's been a really sick tournament actually, lads. The turnout of teams we've had here. I was going to say thank you so much for the performance they've put on show and the quantity of teams. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it really has. And I mean, again, we have to give a big shout out, of course, to our sponsors. And I mean, clearly.ca, I mean, like I said, check out the promo code. You can use Valorant 30. You can get a discount, which is a great 30% off for your first pair of gamer frames, which definitely elevates your game. So thank you so much, Clearly, for that. Make sure to check it out. And also, as well, in the Twitch chat, like I said, there was lots of giveaways. So big shout out to TGS for that as well.
With regards to the cash giveaway, there's a 2K prize pool here and a big win coming in from the Pro Molders to start bolstering up their cash win prizes outside of the Vanguard Championship Series, spreading their wings a little bit. And I'm a proud caster dad, if you will, to see them taking the dub today on this Sunday at TGS. Anything else to add, Les? I think that's a wrap from me.
I think that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much for everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the viewers. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And congratulations once more to Professional Molders. They are the grand champions, but we will be done here today. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you another time soon.
Thank you, Flippy. Thank you, production. Bye.